Staging the Olympics in a pandemic poses difficult challenges. Japan's Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga,
nice to meet you, konnichiwa,
telling NBC News in his first ever US television interview.
Many Japanese people are deeply worried that there will be a rise in infections. Did you consider cancelling the Games?
I think that canceling the Games is very easy to do. But Japan made the bid and was awarded to be the host country. And as the nation hosting the Games, I believe we must fulfill our obligation to the rest of the world.
There's a huge weight on your shoulders. Your political career perhaps depends on these Games. Are the Olympics worth it?
Over 4 billion people across the world will be watching these Olympic Games. In that context, overcoming the hardship of the coronavirus and to be able to hold the Games, I think there is real value in that.
Japan's Prime Minister was the first world leader to meet President Biden at the White House, the two coordinating countermeasures on China.
I think President Biden is a president who tries to build a consensus among allies and like-minded countries in order to advance policies.
And that's different from the previous administration.
Yes, I think the previous administration advanced issues based on the individual personality of the president. But the Biden administration tries to steer allies and like-minded countries towards the same direction.
The Biden administration's support of Japan's Olympics, another sign of the strengthening relationship.
How many medals will Japan win? More than Team USA?
I hadn't thought about that.
Never gave it a thought. It's the most important question.
We're the host country, and the Japanese people are quite modest. Therefore, we want to share the medals with everyone.
Tonight, we've traveled to Japan's ancient capital of Kyoto. The Prime Minister is hoping the world will see his country at its best, despite the worst of times with the pandemic.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.